Subscribe. The rise and fall of the Sumerians, the first civilization. Before Egypt, before Rome, before the idea of kings and kingdoms, there was Sumer. A world born from dust and rivers. A civilization that taught humanity how to count, how to write, how to rule, and then, mysteriously, how to fall. Today, we travel over 5,000 years back in time, to meet the people who built the world as we know it, and vanished into history's silence. The land between two rivers. In the heart of what is now southern Iraq lies an ancient land once called Mesopotamia, the land between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. Here, life itself was both a blessing and a battle. When the rivers flooded, they brought fertile soil, and when they raged, they destroyed everything. From this delicate balance, the first great experiment in civilization began. Around 4000 BCE, small farming villages along the rivers started to grow. They built irrigation canals, stored surplus grain, and raised walls to defend their homes. And over time, these villages merged into something new, cities. Uruk, Lagash, Eridu, names whispered through 5 millennia of dust. Uruk alone held perhaps 50,000 people, making it the largest city the world had ever seen. Its skyline, marked by ziggurats, stepped temples of baked clay, reached toward the gods. The invention of writing. But what made Sumer truly immortal was not its walls or temples, it was its words. Here, the Sumerians invented writing. On small clay tablets, they pressed wedge-shaped marks with a reed stylus, a script we now call cuneiform. At first, it was used to count grain, sheep, and silver. But soon it became something far greater, a way to record myths, laws, contracts, even prayers. For the first time, humanity could preserve memory outside the mind. History itself was born, cities, gods, and kings. In Sumer, each city was a world of its own, with its own god, its own temple, its own ruler. The Sumerians saw life as a divine partnership. Humans existed to serve the gods, and the gods, in return, kept chaos at bay. At the heart of every city rose the ziggurat, a sacred mountain of mud brick, a bridge between heaven and earth. Inside, priests offered food and incense to the idols. Outside, merchants filled the markets, scribes kept records, and soldiers guarded the gates. Soon, kings began to emerge, first as administrators of temples, later as rulers of people. They called themselves Lugal, big man. The concept of monarchy, taxes, and government all began here. Technology of the gods. Sumerians were innovators beyond imagination. They invented the wheel, the plow, and the sailboat. They mapped the stars, divided the circle into 360 degrees, and the hour into 60 minutes. Their mathematics shaped calendars, construction, and commerce. They turned mud and reeds into the first bricks, canals, and cities. From their ingenuity rose the foundation of everything that followed: science, law, writing, and architecture. Myths that shaped the world. Yet for all their brilliance, the Sumerians never separated science from spirit. Every creation had a divine story. They believed the gods formed humans from clay to do their labor. They told of a great flood that once covered the world, a story older than Noah's Ark. Their epic poems, like the Epic of Gilgamesh, became the first literature ever written. In these verses, a king seeks immortality, only to learn that all things must fade, and that the truest legacy is what we build for others to remember. And fade they did, because even the gods could not protect Sumer forever.